key concepts are to be found in prophecy. And key concepts, an example of a key concept of great importance is promises to Abraham. They're easy to remember, they're obvious, and they are important. We said one of the ways of proving at short notice to people that they belong to Israel, that the lost ten tribes are amongst Western nations, is quoting from the prophecies to Abraham. We have a whole long article on this in great detail, but just in short. We should note that Abraham was promised Abraham was the forefather of the Israelite nation, yet Abraham, Isaac and Jacob, they were the patriarchs, they began the Israelite people, and Abraham was taken out by God, and he took him outside. Genesis 15:5 it says, and he took him outside and said, look towards the heavens and count the stars, if you're able to count them. And he said to them, so shall your descendants be. The descendants of Abraham would be extremely numerous. And also we are told, Abraham was told, all peoples of the earth would be blessed in him, and that receiving the blessing was both a reward and a prerequisite. He would receive the blessing in order to help the others, in order to help save the world. He would be blessed. He would be blessed as a reward for doing what he had to do, and then he would receive further blessings of the same kind. Genesis 18 it says, sure, the Lord said, in Genesis 18 verse 17 onwards it says, the Lord said, surely I'll hide from Abraham what I'm about to do, since Abraham shall become a great and mighty nation, and in him all the nations of the earth shall be blessed. We have to find a great and mighty nation, in whom all the nations of the earth shall be blessed. Therefore I have chosen him that he may command his children and his household after him to keep the way of the Lord by doing righteousness and justice, reforming the world, correcting the world, doing righteousness and justice, so the Lord may bring upon Abraham that what he has spoken of. Then he goes on. Genesis chapter 22 describes how Abraham is commanded to take his son Isaac and to offer him up as a sacrifice. And Abraham prepares to do this. He goes through all the preparations. He performs what he has to do. The last minute God stops him. But then God promises him. He tells him because he was prepared to carry through this commandment, henceforth the blessing will be unconditional. It had to be fulfilled in some way or another. Genesis 22 verse 15 onward it said, then the angel of the Lord called to Abraham a second time from heaven, and he said, by myself have I sworn, declares the Lord, by myself, because you have done this thing and have not yet withheld your son, your only son. Indeed, I will greatly bless you, and I will greatly multiply your seed as the stars of the heaven, as the sand which are on the seashore. And your seed shall possess the gate of their enemies. That is strategic passes, strategic points on the earth of geopolitical importance. Vital points in the world strategy. Vital points and pathways and entrance gates on the globe of the earth. They will belong to the seed of Abraham. And your seed shall, and also Abraham will be greatly multiplied. Indeed, I will greatly bless you, and I'll greatly multiply your seed as the stars of the heaven, as the sand which is on the seashore, and your seed shall possess the gates of their enemies. In your seed all the nations in the earth shall be blessed, because you have obeyed my voice. In other words, we have to find a nation which possesses all the strategic passes of the earth, and is extremely numerous on an international scale. And the Western peoples fulfill this criteria, especially regarding the Anglo-Saxon nations. First the British Empire, and after that the USA. The USA today has more than 700 bases all over the earth, and it controls most of the strategic pathways on the earth. Look it up on the internet. Look it up on YouTube. The books, articles about it, the video clips about it. It is there. That is the reality. First, Britain was a major player in this field, in this regard, and after that the USA took over, and without a seamless replacement, and as if a continuation one of the other. And this is what they have done, this is what they do, and this has been an important factor in their international dealings. This is what they strive to do. This is their overseas strategy and their military planning and resolvement, and how they organise themselves. In the case of eventualities in the case of conflicts, and they are the only nation that places this as a priority and puts it into practice, and they were the ones who received the blessing in this regard. And in addition to that, that is one proof. We have numerous hundreds, almost hundreds of other proofs. That is an important one, and it is easy to appreciate, and it is very plainly expressed, spoken of in the Bible. So that is what we may call a key concept, the promises to Abraham, easy to remember, easy to use, and convincing because it is basically very, very true. Thank you.